this is no shocker either. Kamala Harris, she's the original Tuah girl. That's the way she got where she is.
The original Tuah. Man, if they didn't trademark that, I'd make a shirt called Tuah Harris. This video is brought to you by TatumStore.com. TatumStore.com. Get the merch link in the description section. Get you one of these cool shirts. Y'all already know what to do. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, I literally almost peed myself laughing at this clip. Nick played the clip, and I wasn't expecting this dude to say what he said on national TV. And neither was this lady or neither one of these guys expected the guy with the tie right here to say what he about to say. Some of y'all seen it in the preview. I got to play it because I got to hear it again. Roll the clip.
Yeah, and then there's the DEI press secretary telling you that the DEI vice president is the future of the party here. And so the future looks kind of dim for the Democrats here, but this is no shocker either. Kamala Harris, she's the original Tuah girl. That's the way she got where she is. And
the men are laughing. You see their faces? You probably can't see it. He's laughing. He's laughing. She's mortified. Women got such, thin skin when it comes to stuff like this. I mean, men find this to be comical just like this, man. She is absolutely mortified that he would make a joke like this. It's so funny because a lot of these women that be mortified about this be the main ones, the Tuah. Roll the clip.
The party's going downhill if it's in her hands.
That was tough. That was harsh.
What did you do to become the presidential nominee of your party?
Well, sometimes you just have to hawk Tuah and spit on that thing, you know?
I don't know why I think that's so funny. Anyway, that was tough. That was harsh. Now you got your boy C.J. Pearson on, Piers Morgan, that's finna eat their lunch. I want y'all to watch this. Y'all don't know who C.J. Pearson is. I think he ran for office. I don't think he won because I haven't seen him in office. But he did run for office, an incredible young man. I always was inspired by him, even when he was like 12 years old doing political commentary on Fox News. But anyway, I've been on here with this girl. She's a lunatic. This guy, soy milk drinking. This guy, I don't know who this guy is. I've seen him before on Candace's show. I don't know where I stand with this guy. And I think that little kid that's crazy too. So they ain't got nobody but this young man on here, C.J. Pearson, that makes any sense that I know of. Roll the clip.
Hang on, Francesco. I'll come to you in a moment. C.J. Pearson, can you tell me what brat means, given it's the word that's all over the news,
Yes,
and you're probably the only one young enough on the panel to know what it means,
Yeah,
apart from Francesco?
as the resident Gen Zer here, it seems as if Kamala Harris is having a brat girl summer, which actually means that she actually doesn't know what's going on. It's a state of deliriousness. It's a state of delusion. It's like you're just going along to get along, but that's kind of how Kamala Harris has led her entire political career. She's just been a coconut falling from a coconut tree. She just lands in a place and hopes that the American people will go along with it as this coordination has taken place. Dave absolutely hit all the right points. Donald Trump went through a spirited Republican primary process where he knocked
This must be Dave.
every single one of them out one by one. What's happening right now, which is so ironic and so hypocritical, is that the party that is supposedly so against voter suppression is now disenfranchising millions of Democrat voters who voted for Joe Biden to be their nominee. They bully a senile old man out of office just so that they could have a chance at winning in November. It's disgusting, it's wrong, it's anti-democratic, and dare I say it's a threat to democracy.
Somebody drop the mic. Where the mic at? Drop the mic. I'll throw this mic on the floor. C.J. Pearson hit the nail on the head. How is this not a threat to democracy? How do you just say, listen, who decided that Joe Biden couldn't run anymore? It wasn't the vote. They didn't have a vote. The American people didn't have a choice. There's people right now that said that Kamala Harris is worse than Joe Biden and they wish they would have kept Joe Biden. What did the voters say? You guys as a party decided that Joe Biden would run unopposed. Now, people already voted for Joe Biden in 2020. Nobody opposed him. It's fair that he continued to run as the nominee. But when he's delusional and senile and everybody's lying to us and saying that he's not, Then they just drop out and he decides that he's going to endorse Kamala. Clintons decide they're going to endorse Kamala. The people haven't voted one time. And she's gotten enough delegates now to it's a sham. It's a sham.
Yo, you should
It's
vote
not
Joe
Brad at all,
Biden.
Pierce.
Vote
It's not
Joe.
Brad at
all.
You should bring him back into the race.
Hang on.
Defend him.
Hang on. Let me go to Chris. From Chris and Harry Unplugged. Who's also been waiting a long time to get in here. Probably even younger, so knows even more what brat means. Kamala Harris, I mean, what do you make of the new threat to Donald Trump? He's got to tear up his entire playbook, which was to beat an old guy, to now go after a much younger black woman. It's a completely different proposition for Trump. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Republicans and Trump are panicking, and I think you've seen it in the last 10 or 20 minutes. If they want to run, if the PR play for Republicans wants to be that Democrats are a threat to democracy, that Democrats are doing something undemocratic, Donald Trump and Republicans like C.J. Pearson want to run on that, I think Democrats are in a great position in November. They have nothing. And to the last point about, everybody in this party has to bend the knee to Donald Trump. C.J. Pearson would not be sitting where he is if he didn't go and praise Donald Trump and have a Trump banner in his header. I mean, C.J.'s somebody who, in his primary election that he lost, he called voter fraud against his Republican counterpart. And so, in the Democrat world, we've had fierce debates about our candidate, and it's been hard. But we have values and morals that actually matter over just bowing the knee to one man. And so
they bowed the knee to Joe Biden, and he did pretty much. And they're bowing the knee to whatever he says. He picked Kamala. These people are I get it. It sounds good. He has a good theme to his argument, but when you peel the onions back, you see that it's completely illegitimate. It's nutty. They try to act like Donald Trump is the savior of the Republican Party. The dude is just that good, so everybody loves him. But these people are rigging people to be in certain positions.
I think Democrats are in a great position, and she's clearly popular because she's fundraised more money than anyone in political history.
I wouldn't expect to hear anything less from a Democrat, from a DNC page show like Chris Mowry. But what I'll say to this is that Kamala Harris is nothing more than a pandering shadow. And she is in the same situation that Joe Biden is in. She is not running the show whatsoever. And what she'll realize is that Brat Girl Summer will not be enough to change the hearts and minds of America's young people, because under Kamala Harris, what you won't have is a Brat Girl Summer. What you will have is a Broke Girl Summer as a result of the runaway inflation that we're experiencing under the Biden-Harris administration, as a result of the record high gas prices we've seen under their administration. Their leadership is absent of any leadership.
Then you got nothing to worry about, CJ. Then, CJ, if you're right, if Kamala Harris is nothing, you should be smiling. You should be celebrating right now. You got nothing to worry about. Hosanna.
I am celebrating. I am smiling.
Good.
I mean, yeah, that's what I think is sort of just incredible about that. Just two things I'll push back on. The idea that it's a coronation. Once again, in 2020, panel, how many primary challengers did incumbent President Donald Trump have? None.
And two other.
Why? Because he was the incumbent.
Look at her. He tried to challenge Trump, but anyway, she just skipped over him. So he had challengers, but he dusted them off.
President. This is an incumbency, right? And so the idea that this is like, how dare they? It's not democratic. No, Harris is the effing vice president, been on the ticket since Joe Biden was elected back in 2020. Obviously, people thought he was going to be the incumbent and run again. Then his brain did a coup on his body and himself and his whole campaign. And here we are where we are. The other thing about the donors, I think it's very funny, because the reason that Donald Trump on the other side picked your boy J.D. Vance, even though he hates facial hair, is because J.D. Vance came along with a bunch of venture capitalists, guys like Peter Thiel, Mark Andreessen, David Horowitz, to absolutely help this campaign out with all of their AI-funded tech crypto billionaire money.
You know how dumb this is? Elon Musk endorsed Donald Trump before he ever announced J.D. Vance. Elon Musk is the richest man in the world. probably minus 2 people. What are you saying? He brought all these big money people. When they indicted Donald Trump, he raised probably the most money in American history in a 24-hour period. What are you even saying? Then they shoot him. They shoot him in the ear, and he raised more money. He raised $4 million for somebody, $6 million for somebody's family.
It wants to put us all out of a job. In 3 years, this will just be a panel of AI experts, and honestly, God bless them.
Well, we have Chris Bowery on the panel.
I don't think there's any robot in the world that could mirror what you're like, Francesca. I have to say, I think your position is safe.
True Brad.
It has to be a
Brad
very
over
sophisticated AI. CJ, let me just ask CJ, and I'll come to Dave to also join in on this. When you look at Kamala Harris, like I said, if Trump goes ad hominem, which is his normal preferred method of attack on any opponent, I think it could backfire. However, there is lots of stuff on Kamala's record which I think he can really pick her off about. Most notably, the fact that she's been the immigration czar for the United States of America for the last 2 years, when immigration has been running completely out of control. And if I was Trump, I'd just keep asking her, didn't you just have one job? Wasn't that the job you had to do? And even when she was asked, have you been to the border? She came out with this extraordinary response, well, I haven't been to Europe either, as if that was anything relevant to the discussion. So I think the way she's handled the one thing she was given special responsibility for, if I'm the Republicans, I'm going after that morning, noon, and night.
No, Piers, I think you're absolutely right. I think we do, find ourselves, in a hole when we continue to talk things about, her sexual history or all of those things. I think there's no need to discuss those things. I think there are a lot of other things that are disqualifying about Kamala Harris, including her blatant hypocrisy. She locked up countless of nonviolent young black men for smoking weed, only to go in the Breakfast Club and brag about how much weed she smoked. This is also someone, as you said, who is in control of our national security as it relates to the border and absolutely dropped the ball there time and again. She has shown that she is not deserving of promotion. The only reason that we are even having this conversation about her as a nominee of the Democrat Party, aside from a coordination, is because she's a DEI hire. She was a DEI hire when she became vice president because he had to get black women on board with this campaign. They couldn't skip over Kamala Harris because they were afraid of upsetting black women if they did so. That is exactly why she bided her time. She covered up the fact that, Joe Biden was mentally unfit and mentally unwell and mentally incapable of carrying on the banner of the Democrat Party because she knew that she could not win an open Democratic primary herself. She knew that she did not have the fortitude to do so. And we saw that. It was demonstrable in 2020. She didn't win a single primary state. She didn't even make it to Iowa, Piers. And if you think that if she can't beat Pete Buttigieg and all of those folks, Tulsi Gabbard, you think that she can beat Donald J. Trump after what he has endured, after the feckless prosecutions, after the attempted assassination? Then, I've got some great real estate in Alaska to tell you. It's insane.
Somebody dropped the mic for the boy right there. That's what people are kind of forgetting. We get all hyped up on the new shiny thing and go, oh, man, we're a threat. Kamala Harris is raising money. Hillary Clinton raised like $1 billion. I mean, I think Hillary Clinton almost raised $1 billion in her campaign against Donald Trump and got her head whooped. The bottom line is that Kamala did struggle in the Democrat presidential race. She didn't even make it to the last debate. Tulsi Gabbard ended her career. She was totally feckless. If she finished at the top with Joe Biden and it was kind of like a runoff between her and Joe and then they joined forces, I wouldn't say I would be a little more nervous at her likability. But she's polling abysmally while she's vice president. Before that, she had no chance. She was on nobody's radar. They picked her because she was a black woman, allegedly. And that's what we have here. CJ Pearson, shout out to the brother right there, smartest young man that I know, the Gen Zer. I see y'all on the next one. I'm out here.